YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage back in Total War Rome 2. I've got a lot of replays to show you. People have sent me quite a few. You can see them stacked up here. This was the last one we watched, which was Hamilcar as Pontus and Sol Invictus as Lusitani. This one's actually going to be Patronus playing as Lusitani and Sol Invictus playing as the Iceni. And I believe this was one of the tournament use it, lose it battles. I could be wrong, but I think this is one of the ones that Trolley sent me. Had some great replays from his tournament. Look at this Iceni or Lusitani army. The 4 spears, the slingers, Cantabrian cav, or no, is that Iberian cav? I can't tell which one it is. Veteran shields. Let's see. Interesting, an Iceni Chariot. That is an odd choice indeed. That could melt like butter. One ambusher from the Iceni as well. So the Iceni are out skirmished. That's for sure. Veteran riders, heroic riders, so 2 heroic riders. An ambusher in the back is an odd choice. And then a chosen spear band of all things out on that flank. So a very, very interesting Iceni choice. Let's check out, they were Cantabrian cav. And that's honestly going to be a decent pick. The Britain Scout Riders, I was thinking of Blade's Balance mod. These guys are not Javelin Cavalry, these are just light melee cav. Oh, Blade, you and your balance mod. It was really quite good. They have javelins to throw, but yes, they're not a like, dedicated javelin cav. I'm just sitting here looking at infantry. I mean, Chosen Sword Band are going to get mauled by Lusitani swordsmen. And all these Levy Freemen are also just bait, painted ones, and an ambusher. I mean, the very odd build for the Iceni. They're going to have to make their cavalry and their chariot do a ton of work. And the chariot, like I said, with a faction like Lusitani who specializes in javelin-induced pain and suffering, the chariot is an odd pick for sure. So, and then there's 4 slingers over here, so the pressure is going to be on the Iceni to make this attack happen, and they're going to be harassed by these very light, very fast Cantabrian cav. Again, I'm always kind of disappointed in Rome 2 in some respects. Like, there's a few really good javelin cav that are part good in melee and then part good with javelins, and it's like all the weirdest ones. Cantabrian cav, these guys were the ones where the whole Cantabrian circle came from. You would think these guys would be really good. They're not. They're actually one of the crappier jav cavs. And then same thing with Numidian cav. Like, it's just very odd to me which cavalry the Creative Assembly decided to make good jad cav and which ones they didn't. Yeah, these Cantabrian cav, though, are doing great. They're kind of disrupting the Iceni formation, but the Iceni, they have a very odd, like kind of secondary army here, like just kind of all up in its own. This seems to kind of be bearing down on the Lusitani's right. And then over here, these veteran riders are being lured out, and they're going to get absolutely slaughtered if they try and keep this up. Though they do catch the Cantabrian cav right there, so that's very unfortunate for the Lusitani player. Oh, pincered. So nice use of the faster light cavalry here, catching the Cantabrian cav. And then there's another pretty quick light cavalry back here. And these Cantabrian cav are going to end up getting pincered again. So very nice play here by the Iceni player to try and get these guys off the battlefield. And they're going to succeed for the most part. There are still Scutari cavalry wandering about. But the Iceni did, with relatively few losses, clear off the Cantabrian cav. They took almost 30 losses from the Cantabrian cav, though, so I mean, it was still somewhat significant. These Scutari cavalry are way out of position here, in my opinion. Way out of position. And then they get charged because they're very close to the support of the Iceni player here. They do have spear support, but this is a very isolated engagement here. Very isolated and way closer to the Iceni player, so I don't see that playing out well unless they retreat, which they are. So nice play. Leave the Lusitani guerrillas in. If you're going to have to sacrifice a unit, it's better to be these guys than this cavalry, so definitely agree with that. But it is unfortunate to lose the guerrillas because they're needed against the heroic riders. It looks like they're going to be retreated too. The Iceni player is disengaging right here. So that was pretty fortunate, I think, for the Lusitani to come out the way they did there. Let's see how this continues to play out. So again, this Iceni flank over here, so it's led by Levy Freeman. Probably to absorb charges so that the Chosen Sword Band have a better chance of winning. And the Chosen Spear Band, like I said, is a very interesting choice. These guys are supported by a veteran rider, and there's a painted one here as well, which looks like it scares other units. So that might be the reason why they've picked that. Light cavalry trying to get through the center here and probably try and get to some skirmishers. No, it had a charge order here on the Lusitani nobles. It's interesting. Maybe they just wanted some disruption. And it looks like they'll achieve it, if only momentarily. These slingers there were within catching distance of the levy free. They probably would have gotten away anyway. So this light cavalry being thrown in too. Yeah, it looks like the cavalry and the levy freemen being used to absorb the charge of the Lusitani nobles. And then same thing over here. So Iceni is going for the charge absorption and then hoping to tank the battle out. The heroic riders are going to do fantastic over here versus the Scutari cavalry. They should win this one all day long. And then the Lusitani nobles are actually getting pummeled on pretty hard at the moment. Pretty hard. So it was not a great engagement, but there's a lot of veteran shield warriors being thrown in over here. Let's just kind of see. The cavalry fight's going to wrap up pretty quickly. There is a Scutari cav moving around. The Iceni player could push on into these skirmishers, but they're within javelin range of this other noble. So that could be risky. They're going to push forward with the Chosen Sword Band. This Lusitani noble's got 88 kills. Here comes the chariot. So it comes right through here where there were no javelins ready to be thrown at it. So this is going to be pretty good, actually. Ooh, there comes the javelins. And you can see with just even the one kind of half-hearted javelin volley, it takes out 2 chariots. So there's so many javelins in Rome 2 that it makes chariot use very difficult. In some ways that's good because chariots are extremely strong. Really? 200 and something kills? Okay, I missed a ton of kills on this chariot, so I'm going to have to come back and see how it got all those kills. I'll see you in just a second. Alright, so this is back just a little bit in the battle. I had probably mistaken the chariot for a light cavalry unit, so it actually comes in after all the javelins had been thrown towards the other infantry and rolls right on through this Lusitani noble and just picks up a huge number of kills for a rather light chariot unit. It's just a medium chariot unit. Look at these guys go. The Lusitani formation is so disrupted that the light chariots are just plowing through it and racking up an absurd number of kills. They just made one chevron almost instantly. Did so with very few losses, like just mostly just health loss. Like I said, this was moments before when I had missed that. I'd kind of just mistaken their unit banner. Look at the work these guys are getting done. So it's an incredible use of the otherwise completely worthless Iceni Chariots here by Sol Invictus. So that's impressive. 191 kills. And wow, and so many of them on Lusitani nobles, of all things. So they're going to come back through here. There is some shield warriors chasing them. This is where they get that kind of like crummy javelin volley, but it catches just the end of the unit. 220 kills. I mean, with the ice, and I think what made this possible here is that the Lusitani formation is just so light and disrupted from having pulled in and out of battle and being hit on the charge that it's just, it broke up the mass of their units or something is kind of all I can imagine. 278, 79, 80 kills. 281 kills. 2 on the way out, 3. So 284 kills. 88 kills. Good grief. 288 kills on an Iceni Chariot. I've never seen anything like that except against the AI. So that was an incredible play. And that explains why the one Lusitani noble over here got chewed up so bad. Here comes Ray's banner. We've got a frenzied charge there. So yeah, the Iceni is definitely taking some damage. Their chariots came back from routing but got caught by a Scutari cavalry on frenzied charge, so they are finished. The question is whether Iceni has enough to get the job done versus Lusitani. There's veteran shield warriors to back this up. The painted ones, though, are going to do massive amounts of damage, but they're going to also potentially eat javelins coming off of these guys. So the painted ones are going to be wasted, I think, against these Lusitani guerrillas. Maybe they're just meant as charge bait here, though. They do have a very good charge bonus. They're retreated there. The Levy Freemen are going to eat the charge. That's good. Try and keep the painted ones in. So nice play by Sol Invictus. If we look at the results of this fight over here, The Chosen Sword Band trying to hold out against the Lusitani nobles, but it's not going to happen. The Chariots came back again, up to 301 kills, and they're going to rear charge the Lusitani nobles before they rout. Is the damage going to be significant? Not too big. Wow, I can't believe these Chariots are still alive. It's truly incredible. 303 kills. If the enemy general dies here, though, it's going to be death to the Lusitani, pretty much. The Chariots are still rolling. This is unreal, how these guys have managed to stay on the battlefield. The Lusitani general is going to get hit by the Chariots again. The Chariots are not picking up a lot of kills at this point, but the fact that they're still here is definitely somewhat incredible. They're going to be gone now because they're under missile fire. Let's see what's left. Painted one chasing spears. I mean, the Lusitani just took such a savaging from those Chariots. And then there's veteran riders left, or heroic riders, my bad. 2 units of them. This is going to make the game very, very difficult for the Iceni. That Chariot's still alive! Holy crap! Down to a single Chariot man here. Look at him. This guy is like the son of the Celtic gods or something. Look at the painted ones. They've done charge and cycle charge. They're coming back in again with the frenzy. And they're going to get a pretty decent charge here on the veteran shield warriors. I don't know how much damage they'll do, but it pins them so that this ambusher can come in. Interesting. The ambusher has quite a few kills from javelins so far, it looks like. And then it's just piling in for the Iceni here, surrounding the Lusitani. And then the heavy cavalry's out here pushing on their skirmishers, being supported very well by Levi Freeman here. Very nice play. Sol Invictus took an army here that when I just looked at it on its face, I was like, how is he going to win with this? And he is getting the job done. That's why he plays in tournaments and I don't. That's pretty straightforward. That's all there is to that. So, really impressive game here in my mind. This is interesting. This is a very interesting replay in the sense that it caught me off guard with what he managed to do with the Iceni, first of all. And then just how well he did it. Like I said, I don't even know if he did it on purpose, but it ended up being like masterful, really. Like how the Lusitani's ranks just got so disrupted that the Chariots just rolled through with ease without getting pinned down. And then how they managed to get hit by so few javelins and all that stuff. Like I said, I don't know if it was a stroke of luck, stroke of genius, whatever it was, but it got the job done. And it was really quite impressive. 300 kills on the Iceni Chariots. And 2 Lusitani nobles and 4 shield warriors being defeated by what I saw here was pretty impressive. Pretty impressive indeed. Now, he had better cavalry, but he was completely outskirmished. There was Jav Cav in the beginning too that could have been very dangerous to these heroic riders, and it was very nicely dealt with those little chase and trap maneuvers that he did early on in the battle. So that was really an impressive game. It really was. So very well played by Sol Invictus, and good game to Patronus as well. I mean, Sol Invictus is a great player, and I mean, to lose to him I don't think is anything dishonorable. And he's not the only great player, but he is a great player. I've seen him play a lot. These painted ones actually did pretty well in the end. I like how he kept kind of cycling and charging them, and then the ambushers got a ton of kills too because they were kind of saved for the right moment. These guys are not meant as frontline infantry, and he didn't use them as such. They were saved until later in the game. And later in the game, the high attack on these guys and all their javelins and stuff could be particularly useful. So, again, that's an interesting use for him. Heroic Riders here doing well. Same thing with his general. Didn't even really have to use his spear band. Very nice kills here on this Chosen sword band. Again, the way he engaged his troops I thought was very smart. These two had to take on that overwhelming flank, and they did lose, but they kind of drew a Pyrrhic victory out of the Lusitani and forced their hand. So that was a great replay. Can't wait to look at more of these replays that you all have sent me. If you want to keep sending me Rome 2 replays, feel free. Always looking for great replays. The stuff I'm getting from tournaments and other stuff is fun. It doesn't have to be a tournament replay, though. Some of the ones I have here are not. I got a 3v3 there that I'm looking forward to showing you, and then another one that a player sent me. So, I mean, I'm pretty excited to go look through these. It's airtotalwar@gmail.com if you're wanting to send me something. So that's how you shoot me the replay. If you all enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe. I'll make you more, and I very much appreciate you watching each video. I have great viewers, and obviously you're one of them if you're listening to this, and I appreciate you, and I also appreciate MSI for having sponsored this build in which I'm capturing this footage. HeirofCarthage signing out. I'll see you next time.